was straying in sin's dark valley, no hope within could I see. God sent from heaven a loving Savior to save a poor lost soul like me. Oh, what a Savior, hallelujah.
So what we do with the Bear Valley Extension Program is we take the same model that has been used in Denver to train preachers for 50 years, and we have taken it to many, many different places around the world to train men to reach their own people in their own language and in their own culture. And that model has proven very, very successful in many, many different places. Typically, in the Brotherhood, we have used a missionary model of trying to reach the world, where we send one family or a few families to a certain place, and then they do all that they can to try to reach the lost in that area. And while that is good and noble work, what we believe is perhaps more efficient and has led to exponential growth is the training of people in that location to then go and do the same thing that the missionary would try to do, but without any of the hindrances like language and culture. And this model has proven to be very effective in that way. So you might send one missionary to a certain place, or you could train 10 to 20 preachers in that same place in a 2-year period. You can see that the growth goes from adding to multiplying, and it really does become exponential growth.
He gave his lifeblood for even me. He left the Father with all his riches.
If you have $100, and if you take that and you turn it to $110 with a 10% return, well, that eventually compounds over several years. And we think that you can have that same impact in the world of evangelism. One person who goes over and teaches a soul, that's an addict. When you teach multiple preachers at a time in one class, and then you teach multiple more preachers in the second class, and then each of those preachers go back to their respective communities, that's exponential growth. And that's what I look for as an investor. And that's what I look for in Bear Valley, and I think it's one of the main qualities that makes it so special.
As elders, we always struggle with the management of the contributions that we get for this congregation. And one of the things that we also thought about in respect to Africa was how to manage that money the best way we could, or how to manage the expenditure of those funds the best way we could. And we struggle with us not being there, not having the history, not having the background to understand how to manage programs outside this country. One of the things that Bear Valley did provide to us was a certain amount of understanding of how to manage programs outside the country, how to best get the resources that we could provide, how to best spend them on the ground. They provided a structure to the program that we didn't have. Bear Valley has an extensive amount of programs in many countries, so they have experience in how to manage programs outside the country that we didn't have. It wasn't always necessary for us to be there. They have resources that we could rely on that could help us in Kenya, which we didn't understand at all. So one of the things they bring is, I think if you want to look at the value that Bear Valley can bring, it's actually the management of your resources, management of the money that you have to get the best value that you can in the country that you're looking at. Bear Valley has an extensive amount of experience here. They understand the issues of actually being out of the country, issues of being totally removed from the site, totally removed from the program, how to best manage that because of what they've done in other places.
We currently have schools in more than 25 countries. There is currently a student enrollment now around the world that is in excess of 600. And every day we are working on new possibilities where we can put new schools in different places and reach more people even. to train people, to train men, to preach, to teach, to be church leaders, to reach the people where they live all around the world.
I didn't know exactly that one day I may be a teacher in this school, but because of the effort that I was giving out and because of the love that I had toward the souls that were helped through this school, I was really willing to do that. And for the time that I started teaching, I was kind of starting as I was a little bit nervous, but really I'm telling you, whatever I was taught, and I went back and go deep and try to now to take those things to other people. Man, it is fun. It is good to Christ. And I realized that the most students that I teach and we teach in this school, they are doing an amazing job, and God is being glory for this work and the teaching that we are giving.
One of the components of every school is practical evangelistic work. So multiple times a year, students and faculty alike will go out on campaigns in various places. Some of these places are near where the school is, some of them are farther away. And what happens then, in addition to the campaign work and the soul winning, is these men get a real world, first-hand idea of what it's like to be evangelistic. So in addition to being a very practical component of their education, there has been thousands and thousands of baptisms. In fact, in the last 4 years alone, there have been more than 10,000 baptisms by students and teachers in Bear Valley Extensions.
Because in Cambodia is unique, 95% of the population is Buddhist, so they have no idea what Jesus is or what the Bible is, and to come to the true and living God. So the importance of the school and training, talking about the Bible and the Christian evidence that's involved, it really, we started grassroots, so it's played a major part in just not only giving them Bible knowledge about God, but leadership development and being able to rise up from the ashes of the Khmer Rouge regime. So it's important in so many aspects of their life, but more importantly, their spiritual lives and knowing the truth and living God.
Many times people will ask us, how can we be involved? How can we as individuals, or how can our congregation be involved? Well, it's very easy. And a lot of churches and individuals appreciate the partnership that they have with Bear Valley because they know there's going to be some experience and expertise. There's also going to be accountability. There's going to be information and communication with reports. We are going to have people on the ground at that school multiple times in a year. And so both individuals and congregations enjoy this partnership because of what both sides gain from it. And anybody who wants to be involved or wants to know more about how they can be involved can simply contact us at the Bear Valley Bible Institute, or you can get online and go to wetrainpreachers.com. wetrainpreachers.com. You can find out much more information. You can also find contact information there as well.